I am in beautiful Chantilly, France, in front of the hotel I'll be staying at, which is the Auberge Jus de Paume. I'm going to be sharing some practical information about staying here, and I'm going to show you this gorgeous hotel, the rooms, the restaurant, the lounge, and the amazing spa. I went out from here to visit the castle and the great stables and also went horseback riding. So there's a lot to see in the next few videos, but we're going to start with this amazing hotel. Let's go see this beautiful room. And I should say this is probably for sure the most money I've ever spent on a hotel room, and also one of the most lovely hotels I've ever stayed in. Just absolutely beautiful. Service is impeccable. I will explain to you towards the end all of the wonderful things that these people did to make my stay easy and accommodating. But let's look at some of these beautiful features here. The bathroom is absolutely gorgeous. All beautiful marble and mirrors and big fluffy white towels and fluffy white robes and a big long deep soaking tub, which was great for soaking in after a lot of walking at the chateau and the great stables. Walked miles and miles. There's a ton of storage in the closet here, and there's a room safe if you need one. I didn't unpack. I was only here for one night. And there's a nice little coffee center here with a ton of different choices of coffee and cream and sugar and everything you need for the morning. And this is a garden view room, so we'll take a look at that. But this is perfectly appointed, very comfortable bed with lovely bedding and plenty of pillows. As with most hotels, there's a variety of room, levels of room you can pick out. This is one of the more moderate ones with a view out the window here. I also got a cool history lesson from the concierge gentleman who showed me the room when I checked in. If you go to the window here and look out the back, you are looking out at the view. There's a fountain right below the window, but he said that the view out this window is actually of the famous Beauvais fountain, which is in the gardens at the back of the Chantilly chateau property. And that garden was designed by the famous André Le Nôtre, who designed Versailles for King Louis XIV. Chantilly was the residence of King Louis XIV's cousin, the Grand Condé Louis de Bourbon, and Le Nôtre designed this gorgeous fountain for him, and it was considered to be part of one of his favorite projects. But it was the first of its kind to use hydraulic water pumps to produce running water for fountains I think in France, if I remember right. And Louis XIV came to Chantilly, saw the beautiful fountain running, and took the idea to reproduce in the gardens at Versailles. And you can see those there, but this was the prototype and the original. So Chantilly has the claim to be the first running water fountain in the area. After I checked in the afternoon and got settled in, I had made reservations, which I highly recommend, at the bistro restaurant here called Le Jardin d'Hiver, which is the winter garden. Delicious food. I went down for the earliest seating they had, which was at 7 p.m., and I will tell you why. There's a trick to that. It was a Sunday night, so I had the whole place to myself, which was so cool. As I left, I think there was a couple people at the end of my dinner that were seated, but for the most part, I had the whole place to myself. So the waitress and I had this wonderful visit the whole time. She would come and stand right here by this lamp, and we just chatted about me learning French and practicing French, and she had learned French herself, and we just had the best little visit. And the food was stellar. So I can't recommend this enough. This was so good. And when I was here, there was a second restaurant, which I don't think is any longer. So this is apparently the only restaurant on offer on their website at this time. For dinner, I went with their formule, which is a set menu of 3 courses, a starter, a main dish, and a dessert. I went with this beautiful chicken dish, and the starter I didn't get a picture of, but it was an artichoke bite that was delicious. And then for dessert, there was a little tiny tart of chocolate and passion fruit that was perfect. And I think the whole thing was $75, which worked out to be a good deal. And you have to remember that that is tax and tip included. And here's the trick I learned if you'd like to enjoy the spa. Go in for an early seating and finish your meal. I was traveling solo, so I was done pretty quick. Went in back to the room and changed into different clothes, and then I hit the spa, which was completely deserted. I had the whole place to myself. There weren't employees, there was no one at the desk, there was no one in the bathroom. So I got to check out this beautiful, beautiful spa area. There's changing rooms and showers. There is a sauna right here, and then look at this pool room. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. I got to use the hot tub. The pool was beautiful, but a little bit cold. For I'm kind of a wimp about cool water, and I would say it was on the cooler side of cool. It was just refreshing, but a little too refreshing for late March, so I didn't use it. But I did use the hot tub, and I got a chance to just film in this gorgeous space. And there's a beautiful thing above the hot tub here that's like a spangly, starry night that was really a nice touch. But again, no one here. It looked like there had been people. The floor was all wet, but everyone got out to go to dinner. So go eat dinner first and then come down here and you can have this whole place to yourself. There's also a gym here that looks like it's fairly well stocked, and that is right here. You can see it looks out. I think it looks out into the pool area. But gorgeous space, and no one was here. You can also book full massages and pedicures, manicures, facials, everything here, which I did not take advantage of, but you could, and it would be great after a long day walking the chateau and the grounds or riding horses, which I also did. So let's go over how to make this a perfect 2-day weekend out at Chantilly. First, what I would do is take an early train from Gare du Nord out to the Chantilly train station. Get in touch with the hotel if you're staying here. They have a shuttle that will pick you up at the train station for 20 euros each way. Super handy. You don't want to walk it. It's like a 40-minute walk. And they will take you back to the hotel. And even though it was early, they took my luggage and stowed it for me so I could spend the entire day from morning until whenever going out to the chateau. Then I had lunch at the chateau, walked over to the Great Stables, explored all of that and found some amazing things. Saw the horse exhibit that they have, I believe, every day. I think it's at 2. You'd need to check, but I'll put the information in the description down below. Then back to the hotel, took a long soak in that wonderful tub, and then had my dinner, spend the night, and then the next morning make reservations to go through Henson Equestrian and go on about a 2-hour horseback ride all around the chateau grounds. And then when you come back from that, you can leave your luggage when you check out in the morning before you go to the horses. And then when you get back from the horses, you can get your luggage at the hotel, grab a quick bite in their bar lounge, which I had here. It's beautiful. And then they will take you via shuttle back to your train to go back to Paris around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the second day. It makes a perfect weekend. They are wonderful about all the details. Just get in touch with the hotel. They all speak perfect English. It's easy peasy. The shuttle you'll have to find. It's on the side when you walk out. It wasn't where I thought it would be because there was construction, so I actually went back on the train platform side of the station and walked out to the left. When you come to that door going in, keep going past it and you'll go straight out to the shuttle area. That was the only confusing moment. I couldn't find my shuttle. Other than that, this was just a perfect weekend getaway and it's easy and quick to get out here from Paris. If you use these tips, you won't have any troubles at all. You get to ride horses. You get to see the chateau. If you wanted to add a second day to this trip, you could do a lot more things that are available to do in Chantilly that I did not do, but it is a lovely weekend. This was a perfect hotel to stay at. I hope this inspires you to try this beautiful overnight visit or day trip out from Paris at this wonderful hotel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.